Lots of luck. Yay.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Little hand for the AV crew. Aaron, thank you very much. That was beautiful. Greetings, everyone in Wyning. Welcome to the Minneskiango Yacht Club and the celebration and announcement to the world of the marriage of Jacqueline Kahn and Bo Zhao. My name is Dale Maris, and I have been given the great privilege of presiding over this ceremony of marriage. When some recently wed couples were asked if they had any regrets about their wedding ceremony, some said they wished they had been able to see all of their loved ones who attended. To make sure that these two do not have the same regrets, and this is a surprise to them, by the way, I now ask Jacqueline and Bo to turn around and take a moment to see all the people who care about you so much and have traveled great distances to be here today. This might also serve as a photo opportunity for those of you out there so Jacqueline, Bo, while you're looking out there, know that these are the people that care about you most deeply. Many of them have been instrumental in helping to shape you into the wonderful people you have become. All right, enough ice front. I know that many of you have looked forward to this day for a long time. Matter of fact, I think I heard Fran say she didn't think the day would ever come. I have as well, and I can't begin to tell you how excited I am, how emotional a day this is for me. For today, after so many years, I have finally learned what the word Minneskiango means. By the way, Jacqueline's maiden name is Kahn. There are multiple etymologies dating back to the 6th century for the name Kahn. The surname Kahn means high priest. The word Kahn can also mean small boat. It's conceivable that this yacht club could have been called the Kahn Club. However, as you can notice, that name doesn't really apply here. There is one more use of the name, and Bo will have to be very careful to avoid the wrath of Kahn. This is a magnificent setting. This yacht club has a very rich history dating all the way back to the 1940s. And The Hudson River, of course, has a much longer and deeper history. When Henry Hudson sailed this river, he actually thought he found a quick passage to China. But he didn't. So, how fortuitous is it on this day that a young explorer who was born in China has found his passage here to this place to find his destiny. Bo's last name is Zhao. Zhao refers to an ancient city. It is what is now the Shanghai province. At that time, the king rewarded his chariot driver by giving him the city. The chariot driver was so grateful that he adopted this surname. Today, Jacqueline and Bo are being rewarded as they too take on this beautiful surname. Okay, a few words about Jacqueline. This is very easy for me because as her uncle, I've had the great pleasure of watching her grow and develop into the warm, lovely, and compassionate person she has become. I don't have to remind most of you today about her tremendous performing talents. Before she could walk, she would sing and dance, and she hasn't stopped yet. Before her public acting and singing endeavors, or exhibited by her adventurous spirit with her dreams and studies in London, many of us were fortunate to see her at the beginning of her performing career with her cousins in the trio famously known as the Hanukkah Girls. I'd like to acknowledge and extend a gracious thank you to Jacqueline's parents, Gary and Fran Kahn, for teaching Jacqueline her values, showing her how to laugh, love, and appreciate all that life has to offer. Jacqueline has grown up to be a strong, capable woman, as well as a beautiful one. And Jacqueline, you make an absolutely stunning bride. Does everybody agree? Yeah. Bo, you're a lucky man. And Jacqueline, you're a lucky woman. I obviously don't know Bo as well as I know Jacqueline, but I've had the chance to spend enough time with him to get to know the kind of man he is and the kind of couple they will be. Our first meeting took place at a family gathering surrounded by all sorts of Kahns and Hirsches and everybody else. And when he bravely returned for another family gathering sometime later, I knew he deserved a great deal of respect. This is a young man who is committed and knows what he wants. It's also clear that participating in Jacqueline's life and interests are very important to Bo. I've seen Bo and Jacqueline's other committed man, London, spend 11 hours on a 90-degree day waiting patiently while Jacqueline participated in a sporting event and then continue to wait the rest of the day for her much older and slower teammates. I've also seen Bo when he's hungry. Before today, I've only had the opportunity to meet Bo's mother, Zhuo Ying, once. Zhuo Ying, it's very clear there's a palpable and mutual love and respect between you and Bo. It's notable and admirable. Some of you may have noticed there's a few differences between the quiet and reserved girl from Ramsey and the exuberant and outgoing boy from River Edge. I'm definitely a great believer in the old adage that opposites do attract. And even with those differences, Jacqueline and Bo have much in common. Their combined sense of adventure from the way they met, to their snowboarding trips, their most recent move to Philadelphia to charge ahead and face new and exciting challenges. They're just a few examples. As the relationship began, they felt very comfortable with each other and were able to be themselves. When Bo is with Jacqueline, he feels excited, content, and hopeful. And from the beginning and continuing today, Jacqueline feels inspired, strong, and safe when she is with Bo. These are wonderful expressions and important building blocks for a strong marriage. Hey, and now if you're ready, let's do this. Jacqueline has been very lucky to have such a special and unique relationship with her aunts. She has fond memories of going to the theater with her Aunt Sandy, in addition to their long lunches in Chelsea together. Hi, Sandy. With Aunt Sherry, every time Jacqueline moved to a new apartment, she was there to help make the apartment a home by painting, drilling, and setting up the space. Aunt Sherry also spent hours helping prepare the decorations for this day. Jacqueline's Aunt Sue has given her a lot of running and biking advice. She's given me a lot of advice too, by the way. And they have had many special moments putting down miles together. Most recently, their half Ironman relay. Jacqueline and Bo are honored to have Jacqueline's aunts here today and have her Aunt Sherry read an excerpt from Captain Corelli's mandolin and Aunt Sue read Robert Frost, The Master's Speed. Aunt Sherry?
Love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because that is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is not the promulgation of promises or eternal passion. This is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is what is left over when being in love is burnt away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground, and when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree, not two. I wish you all the same. Happy day, everyone. Thank you, Jackie and Bo. I'm honored to participate in the wedding ceremony. The master speed. No speed of wind or water rushing by, but you have speed far greater. You can climb back up a stream of radiance to the sky, and back through history up the stream of time. And you were given this swiftness, not for haste, nor chiefly that you may go where you will, but in the rush of everything to waste, that you may have the power of standing still. Off any still or moving thing you say. Two such as you, with such a master speed, cannot be parted, nor be swept away from one another, once you are agreed, that life is only life forevermore, together, wing to wing, and oar to oar.
Thank you, Sherry and Susan. And now one of Bo's best friends, Jose Brandeo, will read a wedding blessing from the Native American Apache tribe.
Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter for the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there will be no loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two persons, but there is only one life before you. May beauty surround you, both in the journey ahead and through all the years. May happiness be your companion, and your days together be good and long. Treat yourselves and each other with respect, and remind yourselves often of what brought you together. Give the highest priority to the tenderness, gentleness, and kindness that your life together deserves. With frustration, difficulty, fear assails your marriage, as they threaten all relationships at one time or another. As they threaten, remember to focus on what is right between you, not only the part which seems wrong. In this way, you can ride out the storms when clouds hide the face of sun in your lives, remembering that even if you lose sight of it, for a moment, the sun is still there, and each of you takes responsibility for the quality of life together. It will be marked by love and joy.
Thank Thank you, everyone, for those beautiful readings. How wonderful is it that these two are ready to proclaim to each other and to the world that this is my beloved. This is the person with whom I wish to share the rest of my life. Jacqueline and Bo have each prepared their own vows, and I now ask them to share those vows with each other and all of you.
Well, thanks everybody again for coming. It's definitely been a journey to get here. I think from the early days when we first met to when we first started dating to when we started living together, and the engagement, and all the way up to wedding planning. I think especially.
You really didn't do it.
I think through it all, especially recently, through all the stress and running around, it's been pretty easy to forget why we're doing this, why we're here, right? It takes a lot of work, and for both of us, strength of character to really sustain and grow the relationship. For me, even spending after 2 years with you, I'm still amazed by how passionate, determined, patient, and caring you are. Not only with me, but with all the other people in your life. You have the tenacity to endure and follow through during the difficult times in your own life and in our life. You have an amazing ability to find joy in the littlest things. And after 2 years, hearing your laugh still makes me smile. Since we've been together, through the good times and the hard times, I've grown and learned a lot from you. I know for sure you've definitely made me a better person, and I hope I've done the same for you. Through all the awesome adventures and the exotic places we've been to, it was always being with you that made those memories special for me. I'm glad we found each other. I feel blessed to have you. I love you, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you.
I got pulled together.
Bo, I keep falling in love with you for your fight. Your fight to grow for yourself and for us not only gives me a sense of security, but excitement for all that we are going to tackle together. It truly inspires me. We help each other see the best in ourselves and support one another. You push me to grow and chase whatever it is I'm after. You are there when I need your support emotionally, or 8 essays rewritten about 1,000 words chopped out. You're the most inclusive person I know. You are the one who always wants to have everyone be happy and everyone feel welcome. You bring friends and family together, and I truly feel our family and friends have become one. We go on so many adventures together and travel around the world, but I cherish those little moments that we share as well, like going to Desnudos after a really hard day, or a fight, going to every pastry shop in Chinatown till we find those 3 pastries we want, or waiting online at 9 a.m. for raw seafood. You work hard at everything you do, and I know you're going to work hard at us like you have. I promise I will do the same. And we will continue to grow and develop and be great for ourselves and for each other. I can't promise I won't get dramatic or emotional along the way, as I'm sure you know by now, but I promise to support you and fight for you the way you always do for me. I love you so much, and I know no other way but to love you.
Thank you. This is not in my notes, but I do have to add that I've been talking to them over the last few weeks and texting and emailing, and when I did ask them if they could give me 3 adjectives to describe how they feel about each other when they're with each other, both sent me 3 adjectives. Jackie sent me 6 pages. Jacqueline and Bo. They fill each other's gaps. They have each other's backs. They are both marrying their best friend. What more could you ask? To commemorate this union, you may now exchange rings. The circle formed by each ring symbolizes your eternal love and commitment to one another. Let these rings remind you always of that love and of the promises that you make here today. Everybody have the rings?
Oh, we do.
Oh, okay. Bo, we'll start with you. Bo, as you place the ring on Jacqueline's finger, please repeat after me. You are the love of my life.
You are the love of my life,
And you are my very best friend.
and you are my very best friend.
Jacqueline, as you place the ring on Bo's finger, please repeat after me. You are the love of my life.
You are the love of my life,
And you are my very best friend.
and you are my very best friend.
In the words written by Justice Anthony Kennedy in a recent Supreme Court case, that no union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become something greater than they once were. And that is what we celebrate here today. Before we get to the end, I want you two to remember how you feel toward each other today. Because when hard times come, and into every life some rain must fall, rely on the trust, rely on the love, rely on the commitments that you make here today to get you through. And now, the moment we've been waiting for. Are you two ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll start with you, Bo. Do you, Bo Zhao, take Jacqueline Kahn to be your wife, forsaking all others, to have and to hold, in good times and bad, in sickness and in health, all the days of your life?
I do.
And do you, Jacqueline Kahn, take Bo Zhao to be your husband, forsaking all others, to have and to hold, in good times and bad, in sickness and in health, all the days of your life?
I do.
Then, by the powers vested in me by the state of New York and the internet, it is my privilege, it is my honor, it is my great joy to pronounce and announce to the world that Jacqueline and Bo are linked in matrimony. You may kiss the bride.